Hi, welcome back. My name is Jessica, and this is Jay Gilly Tarot. You may book a personal reading with me at any time at jgilly.com. That's JGILLY.com. All right, so let's get into it. I am feeling good. Happy 4-4 portal. I don't know if anybody's been like me, but I was stuck in March yesterday. I thought it was a 3-3 portal. Uh, Fascinating. I think we had a quantum leap last night. I'm not going to lie. In my third eye, I was kind of like my third eye was like a Rolodex of the future, like flipping through imagery and clairvoyant projections of the future that I was to expect. And it was like lightning speed fast. Can't explain it. But um I was like flipping through like just light years ahead. It was kind of cool and kind of crazy at the same time. But I have a good feeling about the rest of this year. I don't know why. I feel like humanity is having a massive shift in consciousness and awakening. And I feel like everyone's coming online to their true supernatural powers. And I feel like we're understanding we hold the power. If all of us collectively did not show up for work for like a week, what would happen to all the money in the 1% in power? They lose it all, right? So I think we're having this huge conscious shift, a big shift, and I'm here for it. I have a really, really positive outlook. I do know for the 4-4 portal, I got a huge download that everything you say, everything you speak, everything you think is going to come into fruition that much quicker today and on. So be intentional about what you want to manifest, be positive, stay in the light. We had to go through the darkness and the underground truth to smell the roses and to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And, you know, a positive mindset is everything. It's going to see you through. Um, we're not, we're, all of us can't get out of here unscathed with tragedy. You know what I mean? So take the lessons with you, find the love in your heart and gratitude for the trials and tribulations that taught you. Everything that we come in contact with as a lesson is, I believe, for our highest good. No matter how brutal, uncomfortable, eye opening it is, it does serve a purpose. And that brings me to my next kind of download I got in meditation. I feel like there's collectively, like I've said in other videos, we're going through a cleansing of the root chakra, providing stability and clearing out negative addictions, clearing out things that no longer serve us. We're all creatures of habit. We need those comfort items, whatever they may be. And you're learning just how powerful the solar plexus is through grounding yourself in the root chakra and clearing up the lineage muck, the ick stuff that maybe you inherited from your bloodline. Maybe there's a sense of needing shelter. Maybe there's a sense of needing or feeling part of a tribe. This is all collectively coming back online in a healed manner, I believe. And so for the 4-4 portal, everything is sped up, but the angels are assisting this. So if you see a synchronicity of 444, Archangel Michael's number, or 44, this is a sign that archangels are guiding your path. Trust and surrendering into the present moment. I know that's hard. And have blind faith in your instinctual abilities to act when the time is right. There's a huge quantum leap here from today on, I believe. And everything that is possible to manifest will. So, again, be very intentional about what you choose to give your energy and focus to these next few days. They will be crucial in the springboard of your year. So, yeah, we're going through a huge shift. There's a lot of timelines fighting for the last say, in my opinion. And this has to do with like government, national stuff on a national level with countries and, um, war, even off-worlders as well. Project Looking Glass is kind of at the helm of this, where they will use the human pineal gland of mass populations to view different various timelines that seem to be holding more weight than others. And that's why I want to remind you just how powerful you truly are, and wake up every morning and say, I do not consent to the dark forces. Super important as well. No evil can prosper against you without your permission. So again, burn all contracts spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally that no longer serve you. It's time to have a fresh start. It's time to get to work like a busy bee on the things that you want to do to make yourself self-sufficient and productive. There is a huge collective shift happening at the end of April, I'm getting financially. So economically, I downloaded this for a past reading as well. I think it was entitled An Outlook for Finances in 2026. And there's something huge coming down the pipeline. I think there's going to be a huge transfer of wealth, and something's coming down the pipeline with crypto for sure. So keep your eye on the news with that. Independent news, I will say. And yeah, trust your instincts. Don't trust anyone else blindly. If what I'm saying resonates with you and you're like, "Oh yeah, I know that." That's a download. That's a message for you. Trust it. Go with your gut. You are your best spiritual authority over anybody else in this world, and we all collectively need each other. All of our life experiences, all the different pieces of the whole. Pete's, I don't know, message. There's a spirit named Pete coming through. So if anyone has an Uncle Pete, I just got that interruption download. He's sending his well wishes. Something about the handles in the kitchen need to be replaced. Random. The life of a psychic, huh? All right. So let me pull some cards collectively. I kind of wanted to see what messages and guidance we can get for the collective about the 4/4 portal today. What is most important? Ooh. I got school and exams, number 14. Prosperity, no surprise there. Number 35. And creativity. Yep. So raising your frequency through creativity is like an escape route. It's an escape door, escape hatch. Maybe you feel like you need education, that you're not an authority or expert yet. It's okay. Start somewhere. I think we all struggle with perfectionism, and it's like really, truly, I know I learn best by just doing and trusting yourself. So there may be also a spiritual test coming. And what I'm hearing in my mind's eye is to look at what a person does, not what they say. And gaslighting. Don't engage in gaslighting. Super important. Man, people these days, I know the reptilians, they like have made a living off of gaslighting. Oh, that was my message earlier, circling back. The people in power, the reptilian minds, the reptilians, the race, they feed off of harvesting our creativity, our pineal gland, our crown, because that's the connection to source and the celestial lands. They don't have access. They have clawed their way up from the bottom underground to the top. And however, they also serve a purpose. So they are the keeper of the secret knowledge, is what I understand from my guides and my spirit team. And they can easily turn off their heart chakra. I know that's what I was going to say, is that we're all clearing up our root chakra, right? And with that, in the root chakra, we can hold and house a lot of rage. And I know for me, if you listen to my last episode that I posted, my last video, I talked a little bit about my crises I had last year and my second dark night of the soul, I guess you would say, that really pushed me onto my destiny, purpose, and path. And it was really uncomfortable. It wasn't fun. It was all my biggest fears realized. And I just had to pull myself up by my bootstraps and trust blindly in my own instincts. And it paid off. And, I have to say, I'm pretty proud of myself. But I had a lot of rage I had to clear up. And I'm someone I'm a Libra. I don't like holding on to conflict, resentment, just because I know it's poison. It's like drinking gasoline and expecting it to affect someone else. I know that that doesn't serve me and my energetic field to hold on to anger. But when we think about reptilians and all the poor children that have been trapped and transported and, you know, sacrificed at the hands of these cold-hearted, cold-blooded people. I know for me, I'm like, how can you sleep with yourself at night being part of a network, being part, just turning a cheek and knowing that you're inflicting pain, hardship, trauma on another being? I can't relate to that. I can't understand that. And I think that that is collectively the shift we are all going through. Not to say that we need to forgive right now and forget, because no, I mean, too much trauma, but understanding why we were allowed to experience the revelation, to experience the truth, even though it was super painful. And that proverb, the ancient Chinese proverb about fear, like when you're walking through a forest and you come across a bear, how do you respond? For me, it would be staring it down in the face and standing my ground. And there's no right answer, there's no wrong answer. It's just what best fits you. And I think we're all staring fear in its face right now. And that's how we collectively shift forward into a new earth, a new way of being, a new consciousness, a new understanding. And that doesn't mean that the reptilians won't have consequences. It doesn't mean that people are getting away with what they did in the dark. It will come to light, most definitely. But the shift in power and the shift in leadership, in my opinion, is going to be the outcome of such revelations. I was going to say suffering, but yeah, to a more light consciousness, to a more understanding of our supernatural abilities as humans, and taking our power back, taking our sovereignty back, our self-sufficiency. We don't need them. It's high time we understand that we don't need to be slaves anymore. We don't need to go to work and constantly work ourselves to the bone for bills, mortgages. We already have our CUSIP, you know, millions of dollars in worth on our social security number, and we don't even know it. That's what we're borrowing against. So it's it's a revelation in consciousness all around the world right now that's happening, and star seeds are coming online. Off-worlders are watching this go down. It's kind of like the best reality TV show from what I understand that they're all watching. And yeah, prosperity is promised. That's the feeling I'm getting. Number 35 to me, when you break it down, um, number 8, prosperity, infinity, the merging of dark with light, shadow with light, an understanding that's an infinite ring going round and round. And each time evolution occurs, adaptability occurs, um, resilience occurs. So it says, give and expect the universe to give back to you. Believe that you are prosperous already. Have gratitude for everything you have in life. Yeah. And gratitude is that doorway to step into a frequency to receive prosperity, in my opinion. So, alignment, being in alignment, super important right now. How do we get in alignment? Music, creativity, slowing down the nervous system. Number 14, the school exams, possible spiritual tests coming up. It says, in what areas do you feel inadequate? Are you constantly competing with others? Are you in the process of evaluating yourself and your goals? See, I think reptilians, they basically thrive off of competition in their evolution. And they have to turn off their heart chakra in order to just have tunnel vision. No surprise there why they use tunnels, huh? Bottom dwellers, diggers. But they also serve as the secret keepers of wisdom. And it's almost like I'm getting the download. They like just had the instructions to do this, A, B, and C. They held down the fort, but their leaders somehow abandoned them and left, and everything went awry down here on Earth. And it's like the blind leading the blind, in my opinion. And so I think there's a reckoning happening. All the masks are falling off. So pay attention. There's going to be a lot of spiritual battles and tests around you where your instincts are going to be proven right about people, even though they gave no outward clues, external clues to you. It was just a feeling like that didn't sit right when that person said that to me, or I when I was telling them something really vulnerable and exposing about myself, there was a glimmer of like happiness when I was explaining my trauma to them. Pay attention to those nudges, pay attention to those inner knowings. Um, I believe that we have a superpower of discernment, like I've said in other videos, and it's been beaten out of us to listen to that. I've literally made a living off of listening to my gut instincts, discernment, and intuition. And it's so strong that it has saved my life multiple times. Um, yeah, when I was in Dallas, Texas, and everything went down, and my ex boyfriend abandoned me overnight and just ghosted me, and I didn't know what was going on. He kind of like threw me to the Illuminati wolves. And my grandmother who's passed away had been warning me, and she kept saying, "You're going to be raped." And I was like, "What?" I should say R word. Whoops. Um, and I was like, I don't want to live my life in fear. I'm just going to be very like on my P's and Q's. And that night she said it again, and she was like, "Get out now." And she didn't need to tell me again. I packed a bag and I was gone. And the only time I went back was 2 weeks later to move out all my things. I never stepped foot back in my home alone anyway. And so It saved my life 100%, and I'm here to tell the story. So trust your instincts here. I think when you are focused on bringing positivity into this world and spreading your unique story, your unique creativity, however weird, however quirky, it's time. It's time to be our authentic self and to trust in that and know that it's not a time of like overworking yourself to the bone anymore. We know we've been hustling for years. Time is speeding up. Um, Illusions are melting and dissolving, and have fun with it. Enjoy the ride, because everything that you believed could come into fruition is, and it's coming at lightning speed for you. So, this is just your daily reminder. Trust the school and the exams, the spiritual tests. I think you will pass. Prosperity is promised for you. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy your weekend, and it's perfect rainy, stormy weather for me. I love it. I don't know if y'all can hear the rain, the sprinkles. And do something creative. Birth something that is uniquely your own. Love and light.